Hi everybody, my name is Emma and today I'm doing the Booktube Anniversary Tag. I've been doing Booktube / AuthorTube for just over a year now. I started my channel on the 3rd of February last year and I did bookish content right from the start. I think one of my first videos was bookish stuff. But I didn't know about the Booktube Newbie Tag at first, I just hadn't come across it. And so I actually did the newbie tag a little bit later. So it took me maybe just a month to actually start, you know, just becoming part of the Booktube community, because I think I didn't know, I was just making videos and didn't really know what I was doing. But obviously the Booktube Newbie Tag is a way of kind of waving a flag and going, okay, I'm a booktuber, because people look for that tag, you know, to find new channels. So the newbie tag I did at the beginning of March, and then I did the AuthorTube newbie tag at the end of March. I wanted to do the Booktube one first, really because at the time I didn't really know what was going on with my book and I had a lot of decisions to make and I felt like I didn't really have anything to say. So I wanted to kind of talk about the bookish stuff first. I do both on my channel because they're both a significant part of my life and I think that they go together really well. And yeah, it's just what I do. There's a number of people that do that and talk about books and writing as well. So yeah, I like doing both. But today's mostly focusing on Booktube, but I will talk about AuthorTube a little bit because, as I say, I do both. But my actual channel started on the 3rd of February. I have had YouTube channels. One. I've had a YouTube channel before, which was like a music one, but I've taken it down. I used to write spoof songs about science, which I used to do for teaching, and then I used to put them on that YouTube channel along with other like music bits, but yeah, I took it down because some of the videos were appalling, some of them were great. Right, let's find the questions. Why do you hum when you're looking for things? Here it is. So I got the idea to do this because Book Your Imagination, Anne from Book Your Imagination, why can't I say that? She did her anniversary video. She's been on Booktube, I think she said for 3 years, is that right? Yes. Yeah, it's her 3rd anniversary. But she actually set up this tag when it was her 1st anniversary. So I was like, oh, that's really interesting. I really like Anne's channel. So I fancied doing this and I kind of just missed my anniversary. It just sailed by and I was like, oh look, I've been here for a year. Because obviously now it's, I don't even know what the date is. Mid-February. Late February. Wow. It's because it's the school holidays. I've got no idea what's going on anymore. So, questions. There are 14. Number 1, what anniversary are you celebrating? It's my 1st. Number 2, what genre or genres does your channel generally focus on? Do you know, this is one of the things that I struggle with a bit because I don't really have a favourite genre. I read lots of different things. Predominantly, I don't know. Well, okay, so predominantly, no. So, okay, genres I like, because it'll be a mix of these things. I like a bit of fantasy, a bit of sci-fi, a bit of contemporary fiction. I really like non-fiction, particularly stuff about parenting and things about the ocean. But I also like kind of biology, non-fiction, so stuff about animals or the human body or human evolution, that kind of thing. I don't know, I just read things that look good. That doesn't make it very easy to have a Booktube channel because it can't be like, hi, I read whatever genre, and then people who love that genre will come to me. It's like, hi, I read a bit of everything. But, you know, what can you do? It's the truth. Number 3, what are you most proud of on your channel in the last year? Well, if we're talking just about my channel, as opposed to, you know, not separating Booktube as like a subsection of my channel, then the thing I'm most proud of is the fact that I published and launched my book. I mean, when I started this channel, I was still at the tail end of pursuing traditional publishing, and back then the idea of self-publishing it just seemed huge and unobtainable and unlikely, and I don't know. And I'm just really proud when I think of the volume of work that I did to get to that, and just the achievement of having done it, and what it's done to my life was just awesome. In terms of Booktube, my biggest achievement, I would say, is like the engagement. And I don't want that to sound big-headed, like, oh yeah, like my achievement is the number of people and like my subscribers, and you know, because I'm still a small booktuber. You know, there are other channels that have way more growth in terms of time watched and subscribers and all of that. I don't mean that. I just mean the fact that people are watching my videos and subscribing to my channel and interacting and commenting and liking and all of that stuff, that whole bundle of stuff that I just didn't think that people would find my channel, like my channel. I kind of felt people would watch it and be like, oh, she's so annoying. I'm sure people do. But the fact that people have subscribed, and it's not just like me on 2 different accounts anymore. It's, you know, there are people who want to watch my videos and who regularly watch my videos and who I talk to all the time, and you know, random people who stumble across one of my videos who talk to me. It's something that I kind of just didn't expect and didn't know about, that whole community side of it, and I feel like that's the biggest achievement because I just didn't think it would happen. It just feels like I'm so grateful for it. So yeah, not because it's like, oh yeah, I've got like the biggest channel, but just because I haven't, but just because it's nice to see that people are spending their time watching these videos that I make and that they're interested, and I don't know, it's great, and thank you all so much. Number 4, do you receive ARCs to review? No. I mean, quite frankly, my channel's not big enough, so I don't see that any publisher would send me an ARC. But if you would like to, then please do. What types of videos do you most like to do on your channel? I like doing reviews and I like doing wrap-ups. I feel like I'm not very qualified to do them. I have a science background. I stopped doing English at GCSE, but I like science. Although I've written a book and I read a lot, and those things should qualify me, and I do have opinions, of course. I do just sometimes, especially when you watch reviews of people who I feel like they know what they're talking about a bit more, whereas mine is more like, I liked this book and this is why I liked it. But then that's an opinion too. I don't know, but I do really like it. I like talking about what I've read and how I feel about it. I also really like making vlog type of videos because it's really fun just over the course of a day or a weekend or whatever it is that you're filming, just taking little snippets of clips and then putting those together. And I enjoy trying to put in music and trying to make it cohesive and trying to cut out the bits that are actually decent, because sometimes my camera doesn't pick up the best footage. I just find it quite enjoyable putting together footage in that way. Yeah, but I mean, of course I make AuthorTube content as well, and I really enjoy making videos where I feel like I'm explaining what I've learnt and passing that on, because it's a big part of how I learnt all the things I did to publish my book, is looking at other channels. Number 6, what types of videos do you like to watch on other people's channels? I like to watch any kind of wrap-up or review of a book that I'm interested in. I particularly like it if somebody says what books they're going to talk about, so that depending on how much time I've got, sometimes I'll watch the whole thing, but other times I'll pick out the books that I'm interested in knowing, like, oh, that sounds like an interesting title, or oh, I know the author, or oh, I've heard of that book, I want to know what you think about it. So it's nice to be able to just check and kind of go, oh yeah, I would be interested in those books. I also like watching vlogs because it's really interesting to see people's lives outside of Booktube and, you know, what they get up to and what, you know, that stuff. I'm just nosy. Again, on the AuthorTube side of things, I like looking at people's ideas and seeing how they've done things and kind of comparing it to what I've done, and does it give me ideas for things in the future. So those kind of tips type of videos I really enjoy. 7, was there anything you tried on your channel last year that didn't work? I don't know, not so much. I didn't like my bookcase, like, is that the word? Bookcase tour? I can't even think if that's what it's like called as a standard. It took me so long to film it because I really struggled to get good enough footage where the books were kind of clear enough and all of that. It took me forever, and because the noise kept coming out, the sound kept coming out really weird. And then when I edited it together, it ended up being really long, and I think really boring. And if I did it again, which I don't think I would, then I would want to just shoot through and say these are the books that I have. At the time, what I wanted to do was kind of talk about the books that I owned, and this is why I have this, and this is why, but it just ended up being so long. And I mean, it's still on my channel because I haven't taken anything down, but yeah, that's the one. It didn't work. It needed to be filmed better and edited better, but it was one of the first videos I did. It was just an idea for a video that I had, so it was one of the first ones, and it didn't really work as I wanted it to. Number 8. Is there anything that you've done on your channel last year that you won't continue doing next year? Not really. I have changed the frequency of when I post videos. So I used to do it twice a week, which was fine and enjoyable, and the reason I did that was because I did one Booktube video and one AuthorTube video a week in general, which made sense to me. But I found that I was spending such a lot of time, because realistically once you filmed a video, which can take half an hour, I mean it depends what you're filming, and then the editing and then the uploading and everything, it was taking me hours, and I'm really time poor. And then I kind of thought about the channels that I watch and thought, I don't necessarily want to see loads of content from them. I want to watch them like once a week. And I've actually found since decreasing the frequency that I do seem to get more views and more subscribers and less people unsubscribing. So I think it's less annoying having a lower frequency of videos, and I'm just finding it a lot easier to keep up with, which also means the quality is going to be better. Yeah, that's the change, doing less videos. So it's not something that I won't continue. I won't continue doing 2 videos a week. 1 video a week is working really well. I'm really happy with it, for now at least. Is there anything that you plan to do more of this year? I would really like to do kind of top 5, in my opinion, of a particular genre of books, or just kind of doing a collection of these are the books in this genre that I have or I've read. But obviously that means that I'll have to read a lot within whatever genre it is I'm talking about. I fancy doing that. I don't know if I'll get around to it in the next year, but it's something I'm kind of simmering away at the back of my brain. And also I'm going to be doing AuthorTube stuff. I'm hoping to bring out one, yeah, it will be 1 book. I don't think it will be 2 because the second one will probably come out in 2020, but I'll be running up to it. So I'm going to be looking at kind of writing tips and publishing tips and all that kind of thing, which I already do, but it will be like new ones that I haven't talked about before. Number 11, what are some of the challenges you face on your channel? Yeah, one is finding the time. Not so much anymore. When I first started this channel, my baby was, what would she have been, about 7-8 months old, and when I was filming the videos, she was still at home. She hasn't left home, don't worry, it's just she's out. And because she couldn't leave me for long periods of time, so I'd be filming a video sometimes with the baby grabbing the tripod and dragging it around, or she'd be sitting at my feet eating raisins or something, or I'd try and film it while she was asleep and then she'd wake up and I'd have to just abandon filming the video. It's one of the reasons my bookcase tour didn't work out, is because I had to film it in the evening so she wasn't around, and then the lighting was terrible and she kept waking up, and so kind of being able to find the time is less difficult now because I have working days where my mother and father-in-law have whichever of my kids are around. So it's usually just the little one because the older ones are at school. But if it's the holidays, they'll have all of them, which gives me the time to do the things I need to do on my own, which filming is one of them. I can edit, no problem, with the kids, you know, when they're in bed, but I need to be able to film in the daytime when it's light and when I'm alone, so that I've not got kids coming in and going, "Mummy," or making loads of noise or whatever. So the other challenges I face are I'm always a bit disappointed in the audio. There's nothing really I can do about that. I do have a microphone, but it doesn't have better audio than the camera I use. And the lighting can be a challenge, which is part of why I really enjoy filming outside, because the sound and the light are both better. It's a bit windy today, so I'm staying in. But it can be quite difficult to get, you know, a video that looks a good enough quality, and I don't have the money to be able to invest in new equipment. I'd really love to get a good microphone and a better camera and lighting and all of that. I just can't, you know, and for many booktubers it's something that they just do the best job that they can, and obviously it's just something they do at home because they're passionate about it and they enjoy doing it, and you know, that's the case for me. I just do the best I can, but I would love to be able to improve the quality, and sometimes I'm editing and I'm like, oh, what a shame that I couldn't do something better. So yeah, you know, but it is what it is, and yeah, what can I say? Number 12, what equipment do you use to film your videos? So I have one particular camera that I use. I'll insert some footage of it. It is a Sony. I should have looked up beforehand. I'm gonna have to look at it. It's a, what are you? Is it written on you what you are? Okay, it's a Sony Handycam HDR CX115 3.1 megapixels. I don't know if that's right. I'll add a thing if I've completely read out the wrong bit. Basically, this camera is one that we bought when we were pregnant because I was pregnant, because we wanted to have good videos of my son, because we figured we just didn't want just like phone camera videos. And we tried doing that for a little while, and I do have a few videos we took of him when he was little, but because this camera films in HD, the clips are really big. It meant that kind of amassing all these videos stored on a hard drive, it took up a lot of space, and sometimes the computer didn't want to play them very well, and although the quality was good, it was like, nah. And then you never take it anyway, you've always just got your phone with you. So it was something that was just sitting in a drawer, and because actually the footage it takes is pretty good, as I say, it films in HD, which is cool, so I'm using what I've got. I do also sometimes use, again, I'll insert a clip or a picture or something, I've got a rugged camera, which when I've occasionally put in underwater footage, I've used that, or if I'm on a beach or something, because that camera is designed to just be kind of mistreated, and it can go down to about, I think, 10 meters underwater. It doesn't record the best footage, but it's great that I can use it underwater. It's the only underwater digital camera I have. I don't take it scuba diving because it doesn't go deep enough to be able to do that, but I do take it snorkeling and muck around in, you know, shallow water and pools and things like that. And it's fun taking footage and like looking at different angles and stuff. So very occasionally I use that camera. I also use a tripod, which I bought on Amazon for like 15 quid or something. In terms of editing, I have a MacBook. It's an Air, which I got because my old laptop, which was an Acer or something, and it was terrible, and the battery was dead, and you had to use it plugged in, which kind of defeats the object of having a laptop, and it was really clunky and heavy and annoying, and that was dying, and I was trying to finish everything off in my book, and I'd always had this thing that when I got a publishing deal, I was going to buy a MacBook. And then when I decided to self-publish, my husband was like, that's as good as, you know, you really want one. And then it was difficult because it's that whole, oh, well, do I go Apple or do I... Anyway, we went round and round in circles for ages, but really it was what I wanted, and I've been really happy with it. The point of all this is that it comes with iMovie, and that's what I edit my videos on. I really like iMovie because I've used Final Cut Pro. Fun fact for you, I curated 2 TEDx events. I did it with some students that I worked with, and so obviously they, you know, made a lot of the decisions and did a lot of the stuff, but I oversaw it all, and somebody else filmed it all, and then I edited it all on Final Cut Pro, which I had to learn from scratch because I had no idea. I was just like, yeah, I could use it, but I had to spend a lot of time looking things up, and actually each video took me about 5 hours to do. Maybe even more. It took a long time to do all of that and kind of drop in all the microphone, all the audio, and line it all up and all that stuff. So I'd already used all of that, and iMovie is very similar, so it didn't take me long to learn it. But for the most part, for what I want, iMovie works really well, and just because it looks and feels the same as Final Cut Pro, that's works for me. That's great, because I cannot afford Final Cut Pro. Okay, next question. What is your one best piece of advice you can give to another booktuber? Just go for it. If you want to do it, just do it. It's really fun. People are so friendly. It's not like, you know, I worried about that, you know, you put yourself out there on the internet and you get loads of hate, and I think that people are so lovely in the booktube and authortube community. yeah, I mean, as I've already said, I feel like I've made friends all over the world, and it's really lovely. So if you're sat there thinking, oh, I'd really like a booktube channel, just do it, just go for it, it's lovely. What is the best part of having a booktube channel? I've already said the community. I mean, everybody says the community when it comes to booktube. So let's see if I can think of something else. What's the best part? Oh, the fact that it makes me read, because I now don't really have reading slumps. I sometimes get bored of a book and I'm slow to read it. But whereas in the past, I would just, if I was reading a book I was bored with, or just if life was really busy, I'd just stop reading. And I don't do that now because I do my monthly wrap-ups, and although I might sometimes come to a wrap-up and go, yeah, I only read 2 books this month, I've read something, and I want to be able to always come and say, I read something. And that means that I will read. Anyway, happy 1st anniversary to me. And it's exciting, it's my 2nd year. I kind of didn't really know if I would keep doing this, but I've really barely ever missed an upload, so I'm, and I really enjoy it, and I love the YouTube community and spend far too much time watching YouTube videos, as I'm sure we all do. So anyway, please do this video. I'm not going to tag anyone because I've got no idea when your anniversaries are, but if you're coming up for an anniversary and you fancy doing these questions, then please do. I'll leave them below. And like I said, check out Anne's channel, it's brilliant. And I'll see you all for my next one. Bye!